Mm. Hello, welcome. You got me sipping some coffee before the stream, but I realized we're gonna talk a little bit today about redraft. What is redraft? Why it is bad? Why it is bad? Why it promotes being an asshole? Sorry for language. Why it promotes the worst behavior out of people during tournaments, and why you should never ever, as tournament organizer, do a redraft. So let's talk about it. A redraft. Basically, redraft is super easy to explain. Let's say you run 8 people tournament, right? Everyone, pays their fee, and the fee is, let's say, 1 pack. So everyone should receive 1 pack. But instead of receiving 1 pack, closed pack to their hand, at the end of the tournament, you open all the packs on your counter, on the table, whatever. You open those packs. So everyone sees exactly what's inside, which is bad on its own. And so the person that won the tournament picks their own pack first. Then the second, then the third, and if you're brand new to the Pokemon game, you always end up with trash. Why it is bad? Why it promotes super bad and dickish behavior in Pokemon League? So first things first, for me, Pokemon League should be non-competitive. You want to deck test it. Those are like weekly meetings. You want to deck test. Of course, you can add a price as a tournament organizer. You can add a special code. For top 8 at the end of the month. You can give more promo cards if someone is winning. But it should not, become a greed monster. Why? Because listen, you want to build your community, right? Like you want to build a nice, friendly relationship with those people. Because at the end of the day, you're all gonna be friends. You want to trade cards. You all love the game. You are there because of you're passionate about a game. You want to build a game. You want to grow it. You want to take it to the next level. But there's no reason to do a redraft for those people. Why it promotes assholeness? Because listen, let's say I would do a redraft right now in the tournament. There are 5 people that probably are brand new or fresh to the game. They do not have the tier 1 deck. They don't. Let's say there are 2 guys that are tryhards, are spikes. We call them spikes in Magic Gathering, that have perfect T1 decks, and you just want to deck test. You get destroyed, which means you paid the same price as everyone else, and you're getting kind of screwed. So you want to win. You want to do everything it takes to win, because again, 8 packs are opened. You've got a higher chance of getting out of the tournament of a league from league with a GX, with maybe secret rare, with maybe some pricey cards. Excuse me. And that is really not what it's supposed to be. Like league in general, league for me and many of my friends that I've asked, and I've talked about, from Hong Kong, from Germany, from Netherlands, from United States, San Francisco, they've never heard about redraft, and I'm talking about it because it is a plague in my country. Like I understand when you're doing a highly competitive tournament for great prizes and you want to do a redraft additional because the player base is so used to it, or the player base just wants it. Sure, fuck it. But if you're building your own community, if you're starting from the bottom, and you're building the game, it's really bad. And I have a perfect example. I told you, in the previous video that there's this one league that only does team decks, and they let you change 10 to 20 cards in the theme deck. Like, yeah, sure, do it. Perfect standard. But besides that, there are guys that were coming to us, our local game store, and first things they asked is there a redraft? And I'm like, no, there is not. They were surprised. They were like, why? Like, there should be. And I told them, like, hey, listen, at the time I was running Zoroark deck. So I said like, hey guys, I have a Zoroark deck. It's a T1. You run a theme deck, or just a slightly changed theme deck. I'm gonna just this is the power level is completely different. So listen, I want to have a place where whoever comes gets a pack, it's sealed, it's closed, you receive it at the end of the tournament. You can even choose from the booster box, because you pay for it right as you come to the tournament. You pay for the pack, and you get additional code, you get the promo card, and that's it. Everyone is on the same level, everyone gets the same price, everyone is cool. There's no like highly competitive vibe, and they're like, oh bullshit, like, oh your Zoroark is not that good. So I'm like, sit down. And I told him I'm even gonna take my different standard deck, and I picked Guard of War, which my straight Guard of War. People that are on my streams, that my straight Guard of War was not like the most competitive deck in the world. And so we played. Turn 4 win. Rare candy, other. He was like, oh, I bricked. I'm like, sure. Game 2. Turn 5 win. And I start to see on this other person's face like this, fuck, that's not how Pokemon works. And I'm like, hey, listen, I can give you this Guard of War deck now. I can play my T1. Just so you see what is the difference in between theme deck and an actual standard deck. So he picked it up, and after like 5 minutes of game, like he put the deck on the side and goes like, okay, I understand, I see the difference, it is more complex than I thought. I'm like, so what did you thought it is? You just pick a main attacker and you fucking go. I'm like, no, it's not. And I asked him, hey, so listen, if I would do a redraft, would it be fair, or would it be me taking advantage of you? Because, at the end of the day, I would be taking advantage of him, because we would be open more packs, and I would have a bigger chance of having great card. And I told him like, hey, thanks to no redraft, you can pull a great card, and you can just leave the store, leave the league with a great feeling, and you will not feel cheated, and you don't have to, worry about cheaters, because who would cheat for a pack that they would receive anyway? And he understood it. Like, he was like, oh, it's a great idea. I'm like, yes, it is. Because redraft is a BS. It promotes assholeness. It promotes taking advantage of new players. Because you really want to have, if you're doing redraft, you want to have brand new players so you can actually win against those, and you'll be higher and you'll get a better prize. And some stores, even though I'm gonna say this, if there are some stores that are running redraft, if you're a brand new player, look out, because actually the pairing system for the first 2 rounds, you can cheat it. And I've heard stories from one of the store owners. I'm not gonna say the store. He's not an owner anymore. He sold the store, but he told me specifically, like, hey, Arthur Raven, listen. I done that. I paired on purpose certain people with, better players, so those better players will have better rewards. They've asked for it, they knew that it's possible, and I've done that. So this is another way. Like, I know it's kind of hurts. I'm not gonna say, when there's a redraft, there might be a chance of, store doing that, but you may look at their laptop or with the computer what they're doing, because it takes a while. Like, it takes 3 to 4 minutes to do this cheat, which you do not want to happen. But then again, don't get paranoid. Like, 99.9% of stores are okay, and they do not care about the prizes and who gets what, who is who. They do not care, because they are there to compete, and that's why 99.9% of stores in the world not have redraft. Again, even on the competitive, you have prize packs, you get packs. You do not open a booster box and you pick certain cards. You still, even on a League Challenge, League Cup, whatever it is, even the goddamn pre-release, you receive sealed packs as a reward. So why the redraft? Again, if you're a local game store that does redraft, go fuck yourself. Sorry, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry for the language, but this is the worst thing that can happen, and I think any store owner will agree with me. This promotes the worst behavior of people. And I'm gonna say, in my country, in Magic the Gathering, it's like a core value. Redraft is a core value to Magic the Gathering in my country, but it's so like it's been there for so many years, and every tournament they change into competitive that no one cares about it anymore. But with Pokemon, since for my country, Pokemon is super new and it's slowly just growing. Hopefully, will grow to the great level. Promoting and doing redraft is just bad. It's bad for everyone. Because there's always this one person, in my community, it's me or my fiance, that they play more. Like, imagine this, like, I play on stream from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. CET. I spend almost all my free time, just going through Pokemon stuff. So, I'm not going to say I know everything, because I certainly do not. But if it comes to play, if I'm going to sit, and if I'm not going to sit down, and I have an opponent, I don't have a chat that I'm going to focus, I'm going to crush a team deck. I'm gonna exactly know what you're doing. If you do not have a competitive deck against me, against my competitive deck, there's a high chance of you losing IRL, and the same goes to everyone. If people are playing competitively, or they're trying to, they're gonna crush everyone who's just trying to be. Because, if you're trying, you're not pouring that much money into a deck, or you do not have the cards that are required, or you are stupid and you open booster boxes in my country, and you just, remember, buy singles if you're building. So, to avoid, as a tournament organizer, to avoid by any means these behaviors, do not do redrafts, okay? Please, do not do redrafts. Because, at the end of the day, people are going to be as happy with a pack as they're going to be with the redraft. Plus, you can say to your local game store, if you're doing it in a local game store, like, hey, listen, everyone gets a pack, but if they will not pull anything good, they might purchase another pack. So, it's not saying they will, but they might purchase another pack. Because they will kind of know what's left in the box or not. But still, they might risk it. With a redraft, you're so bummed out that you have a last place that you will freaking not buy a pack. And really, honestly, redraft is the worst creation that is. And every local game store that in Pokemon does redraft in a league, in an environment that is supposed to be a fun place, less competitive, since we got league challenges every month. We've got all that many stuff that you can go to and be competitive, that there's why, right? You got a challenge every single goddamn month. So have fun that. League is to deck test, have fun, just hang out with friends. Try to be less competitive. You don't even have to sanction it. And redraft is the worst creation of all. And I was Raven. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm going to stream Twitch Raven called Snatchku. Down there below you have a 5% discount on any product on Professor Oak. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day. Raven loves ya.